a billionaire mysteriously dies in a car accident. He left all his fortune to his wasteful, irresponsible son. Meanwhile, his daughter, who always did everything right, Daisy, receives nothing but a single key. She can't understand why her father, who always favored her, would leave her nothing after his death. Daisy watches a video message her father recorded for her. He explains there's an underground room near the hills behind their house that can be unlocked with this key. He instructs Daisy to continue keeping this secret. Excited, Daisy assumes there must be some treasure hidden there. She hurries to the hills with the key and discovers a concealed cellar in the woods. She carefully opens the door and descends inside. The cellar is dark and eerie, filled with a terrible stench, but everything changes when Daisy pushes open a door, and in the flickering light, she's shocked to see an elderly man with white hair, suspended by chains. The old man is terribly emaciated, his mouth hanging open like a ghost. Daisy isn't sure if he's even breathing. Could this old man be the treasure her father left behind? To check if the man is alive, Daisy slowly reaches toward his nose. Suddenly, the old man screams, sending Daisy fleeing from the disturbing place. Daisy almost called the police, but remembering her father's instructions to keep the secret, she decides to stay quiet. Later that night, when everyone is asleep, Daisy returns to the cellar with a gun, wanting to find out who this guy really is. The truth is more twisted than she imagined. When she enters the room, she's stunned to find that not only does the old man recognize her, he knows her habits intimately, even the birthmark on her thigh. Shocked, Daisy demands to know who he is. The old man refuses to answer, until she brings him some food. Daisy has no choice but to obey, and returns with a proper meal. After eating his fill, the man finally reveals the secret he's kept buried for 30 years. His name is Mike, and 30 years ago, he was a close friend of Daisy's wealthy father. Can you imagine being imprisoned for 30 years? One night, after drinking at a bar, they accidentally hit a pedestrian while driving home. When they got out to check, they found the victim was still breathing. Mike wanted to call the police, but Daisy's father refused. If they reported it, they'd both go to prison. So they loaded the victim into the trunk and buried them deep in the mountains. But then, to prevent him from ever revealing this crime, the wealthy man attacked him and imprisoned him in this cellar for 30 years. Daisy doesn't believe Mike's story. In her memory, her father was always kind and loving, but Mike's next words leave her completely stunned. She got nothing because her father had already given her share to another woman. Furious, Daisy refuses to believe her father would betray her mother like that. Seeing her reaction, Mike gives her an address and tells her to verify it herself. What would you do if you discovered your loving father was a monster? This gripping story comes from an American film called Inheritance.